I was introduced by the boss here. Gerald's the man, he's the main man here this week. And the other main people here this week are you fellas. You are the future generation of hunting and fishing in New Zealand. And I think that you have to really understand your responsibility as young hunters. And I think, this weekend is you young fellas learning from the old crusty fellas. Because the best thing you can do is find out all the information that you need to be a good hunter. Okay? I'm been lucky enough to become the patron of Fish and Game, which is the first time Fish and Game have had a patron. So that's something that you can all look forward to and aspire to be part of Fish and Game, to be a representative in your area, and to also aspire to be somebody who makes a difference. Because not only are you hunters and fisher people, you are conservationists. Because if we do not have that wetland out there, you can't go duck shooting. So if you make sure in your area when you go back home that the wetlands in your area are good and healthy and means that there's more ducks breeding, so there's more ducks for us to shoot and more ducks that Fish and Game can say you can shoot. What's the bag limit here in Hawke's Bay? 8. 8? How do you know that?
Told us.
Because I told you. So, now that you're a duck hunters, you have to know the rules, learn the rules, okay? Learn what you have to do to be a hunter and a good fisher person. How many of you go fishing? Pretty much all of you. Trout fishing, deer shooting, duck hunting. You are already young hunters, okay? And this is great that you're youth hunters, because you will realise this weekend that you do not need alcohol to have a great weekend to go shooting. When you're 18, maybe you can have a beer with your mates at the end of the hunt, but never, ever before. What's the rule? Guns and alcohol, they don't mix. Never. They never mix, okay? Let's make sure that's really important. And I just want to say that this lineup here, unfortunately, this is the ratio, pretty much, of hunting and fishing in New Zealand. 1 woman out of 8. So, you fellas, you boys, right here now, as youth hunters, take your girlfriend hunting. Take your mum hunting. Because if dad's already going hunting and he's in the driver's seat, and mum's in the passenger seat, you fellas have to go in the back, don't you? So this is a family affair, okay? So have a great weekend, have an absolute amazing time. I hope that you have a really good hunt and that you all get a duck of some sort, or a Canada goose, or a swan, or whatever. You've got to remember, there are some things out there you can't shoot. Teal. How do you know what they look like? Make sure you got it in your head. They come in low and fast. Okay, if it's coming in low and fast, it might be a teal. Be prepared not to take the shot if you do not know what you're shooting at. Okay? Have an awesome time, and as we said before, all of us are here to help. All of us are here to help. And so if you've got a question about anything, about hunting, about anything that you want us to talk to you about, we're here for you. And that's what Fish and Game is all about. So welcome to the official Fish and Game Junior Hunting Adventure. Awesome.
This is a pointy end, alright? Doesn't matter what you're using, whether it's a pea rifle, bloody air rifle, it doesn't matter. The one basic principle that you must remember using a firearm, regardless of what you do, how excited you are, or anything else, is that that end must be pointed in a safe direction at all times. At all times. You don't get a warning with guns. Alright? So when something bad happens, there's no second chances. So you make sure that you've got that pointed in the safe direction at all times. I'm not allowed to, but I will hit your ass with my size 15 boot if I see you doing something wrong. Because I'd rather I got in the shit for kicking your ass then you got in trouble for doing something and hurt somebody. So all the way through, we're not going to give you any ammunition here until you're in the square anyway, but at all times, regardless whether you're here, whether you're in a duck hide, whether you're walking around the hills, whether you're stalking ponds, it makes no difference at all. That is always pointed in a safe direction. Semi-automatics are harder for people to tell are safe because it's a one-piece unit. And if you're on the op side of a semi-automatic other than the loading port, that person cannot see that that gun is not loaded. Under and overs are a little bit more simple because we've got them broken at all times. Safety catches are a no-no, all right? They are a mechanical thing that can fail. The only safe firearm is an empty firearm. Just remember that. So just keep that down. When you're not going to be putting any ammunition in here until your gun is actually pointed through the square and over the orange pad. All right, so there's no problems there. We're going to have glasses for you to wear if you don't want to wear your sunglasses or put over your prescription glasses. You must wear glasses on the range, and I would prefer you to wear them when you're duck shooting as well. I always wear glasses when I'm pheasant shooting. Duck shooting doesn't make any difference. And ear protection. It's a big must. Even if it's just plugs. When you get to 67 like me, you'll go, wish I'd worn a bit more ear protection when I was younger, because you can hear cicadas singing all day. It's not fun. You guys are great at the moment. You don't have any of that issue. Make sure you don't get that issue. Protect yourselves. So that's really all we've got to do is make sure that you guys realise that when you're handling a firearm, when it's closed, that thing points up there. Alright? There's nothing up there that a 12 gauge is going to damage as far as accidentally. You might accidentally shoot something, but it's not going to be a problem at 300 feet. It's not an issue. But if you've got that closed down here and that discharges there, or his kneecap, or anywhere else, or right in front of you, if you even shot in a duck hide, you would have shit coming back at you that fast that you would all get injured. So that thing stays open until you're ready to shoot. When you're in the duck hide, we'll have different situations, but here the gun stays open and that is always pointed in the safe direction. Okay? Pretty simple stuff. It's all KISS stuff. Keep it simple, stupid. Right, we're going to have some fun.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Hold on.
All you're doing there, put your thumb in there, put your thumb in there.
Oh, wow.
Then you can roast your duck.
Sweet.
And that's over 80% of the meat off the duck. And you're cooking it on the bone, which is really good. You can cut the talons off if you want to, but they're actually good for sitting up and letting everything else in the pan, in your duck pan. Like that.
Yes, take a breath.
Yeah, so that just, instead of boning the breast out, you've got it with the skin on because it cooks much better with the skin on. And you can roast that like you're having a roast duck.